Welcome to the Healthy Lifestyle Show podcast. Our podcast is all about eating healthy, being active, and living a healthy lifestyle. We believe living healthy should be easy. That's why we have a free ebook at healthylifestyleformula.com, which can help you start your healthy lifestyle journey in easy-to-follow steps. Let's jump into this week's podcast topic and welcome our guest. Welcome back, Jay. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks for making this happen, that today I am once again back in the studio and recording this.
Yes.
You know my personal situation today.
Yes. So we're glad you could do it today.
Yeah, no, thanks for accommodating this whole thing over here. And just so you know, I think many of the people already know about this, that I always do share. And the only reason I do share my personal struggles, challenges, and everything, so that others can benefit from that.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the challenges, I think many of those people who have downloaded that free ebook which we have done on the Himalayan wisdom and all of that, I think they have already seen like what kind of challenges I've gone through in life when it comes to taking care of my wife.
Yes.
She had numerous chronic health issues. I haven't talked about those issues over there just because I want to protect my wife's privacy over there.
Yeah.
But hey, I've been in the hospital for 10 months and, and I've been in the hospital, I don't know, I've even stopped counting now to basically take her, like, I think I was sharing with you today that, many times I've been in the hospital, twice or thrice in a week.
Yeah.
And now she goes to hospital in any case every other day.
Yeah.
So, I think sometimes we talk about and we laugh at it. We spend more time in the hospital than outside.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just have to laugh or you're just going to cry.
That's right. And the only reason I keep sharing all of this information for free, because we're not making any money out of this whole thing, is to inspire others, to motivate others, and to help others.
Yeah.
So, talking about that, I was so happy. As you know, I came directly from hospital today for this video, for this podcast recording.
Yeah.
And I happened to meet someone. I don't know that person.
Yeah.
I've never met her in the past. She watched one of our podcasts. She's a nurse, registered nurse.
Oh, wow.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
RN which is registered nurse, in the Western world is almost next to being a doctor.
Yes.
And she was looking at me as I was walking down the corridor. And I was walking down a couple of times. So she maybe couldn't help.
Yeah.
And stopped me.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. I'm seeing you for the first time. You are a beautiful young lady, but I'm seeing you for the first time.
Yeah.
And as I was talking, maybe, that voice clicked.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where I've seen you.
Yeah.
I watched one of your podcasts. Do you do podcasting? Because she was not sure that if she's talking to the right person or not.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I do. That's my love. That's my passion.
Yeah.
I share everything, whatever I can to help others. And she, please keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Some of the knowledge which you share about the foods is out of this world. Yeah. And I say, thank you. I think I need sometimes that motivation to keep sharing this, to keep talking about all of this. That one person, remember I always say, I'm doing this just for that one person who needs it.
Yeah.
And I met that one person.
Yeah.
She said, I talk about your podcast sometimes just to cheer up folks.
Yeah.
And, because she deals with so many variety of people throughout the day. She says that sometimes people are frustrated. They are kind of disheartened. They are feeling worn out. And I was in the same hospital where my wife normally goes.
Yeah.
So she could connect the dots, which I sometimes do talk about.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, keep doing it. I know it's life. It's not easy for everybody to deal with a chronic health issue. And in my wife's case, it's not one kind of complex.
Yeah.
And, at the same time, share all of this for free.
Yeah.
Share this, passion with the world. Talk about all of this. And at the same time, put the food on the table."
Yeah.
So, I was really happy. And I promised to her to talk about this without naming her in this podcast. Yeah. Because she said that, "Can you do me a favor? Can you remind everybody?"
Yeah.
And that's why I was doing it, just so you know.
Excellent.
So, if I'm not wrong, we're talking about today because I was talking to her about the foods.
Yes.
And I mentioned it to her. I say, you know what, despite all these life tough battles, and I'm in the hospital now, and as I reach home, because my wife is discharged now, so I'm going to take bath, and then after that, hey, I would be rushing to the studio, and maybe I'm going to talk about the foods to eat for thyroid health. I think that's what we're talking about, right?
Yep, that's what I recall.
Okay, all right. I just got a couple of notes over here, some bullet points which I wanted to make sure I do talk about because I didn't sleep the whole night.
Yeah.
So I'm not in the best of my spirit here. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that I can at least talk. Yeah. So I got here 7 tips. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on all of these 7 tips.
Okay.
These are like holistic ways to help someone who is dealing with the thyroid challenges and want to eat healthy foods and the balanced foods. Yeah. Okay. So the very first one, which is very, very important, some people do play with this, is eat a high quality protein in every single meal. I've seen some people, I don't want to take protein. I'm going to skip on that. Like some people try all of those. I want to go for low carb. I want to go for low fat. I want to do this. I want to skip this. No, don't do that. You know our principle. Healthy and balanced food is the best diet. Yeah. Now you could play with the proportions over there. If you want to go for low carb, increase something else over here. You can do all of that. And we have the tools for that. Yeah. So that you're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. You are measuring, you are checking if after playing with all of those proportions, is your food is still balanced or not. Yeah. In terms of vitamins, in terms of nutrients, in terms of all of that. Yeah. Okay? So, I would say at least if you're cutting down, at least keep 1 serving of protein in every single meal. Yeah. That's the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. In the whole day, you could have 4 to 6 servings. Just so you know. Now, what are the high quality proteins? Okay. Well, animal protein is very easy for animal protein. Like if you take chicken, you take fish, you take eggs, all of this is high quality protein. Yeah. And if you're taking beef, take grass fed beef. I think in one of the paleo diet, I talked about it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And if you are a vegetarian, you can take legumes, you can take beans, you can take nuts, seeds. There's so many other options you have. Lentils, all of that. Yeah. The next one is, and this is basically a kind of a direct connection over here. I think I talked about the low glycemic foods in one of the podcasts, maybe last time or maybe, somewhere over there. So eat low glycemic vegetables. Same thing as eat low glycemic fruits. Yeah. Eat low glycemic starches. Eat low glycemic basically, what do I have over here? Is like in terms the whole food. I got couple of examples over here just to help out people.
Yeah.
In terms of the fruits, I have, this is my favorite also, so I love to share.
Yeah.
For people dealing with thyroid, they should take more of apples, apricots, cherries, those kind of. And there's a list of all the fruits with the GI number, the glycemic index number, besides this online.
Okay.
And anybody can go and check. It is so easy to check.
Yeah.
When it comes to the starches, this is what I'm talking about. The starches is basically the bread.
Yeah.
So the ideal bread for everybody, but not everybody can eat, is multi-grain.
Yeah.
High fiber.
Okay.
That's the best bread you can take because it contains all the grains. So that's why it's multi-grain. The next one is you could take the whole brown bread, the whole wheat. If you're taking wheat, then that's fine. If you're not taking wheat, you can go for rye.
Yeah.
There's so many options you have over there. But go for high fiber if you can.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of the fats, and I think that's something I want to talk about because not everybody talks about this. Yeah. There are 4 types of fats. The first one it's a long name, monounsaturated fats.
Okay.
Now, the examples of these are almonds, walnuts, olive oil. So all those good oils, basically.
All right.
So it's good for your health. The next one is polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now, these are basically omega-3, omega-6.
All right.
Yeah. And this is like fish. So fish oil, anything like that you take.
Yep.
That's the basically example of that.
Okay.
The next one is saturated fats. Now, saturated fats are any of that animal protein which we eat.
Okay.
The last one is the problematic one.
Yeah.
Which is trans fats.
Yeah.
Now, these are not natural.
Okay.
These are chemically created. And the reason why this was invented, so that the shelf life of the processed foods can be extended for as long as as much as you can.
Yeah.
So that, the food is good even for many coming months.
Yeah.
Now, since this is a chemically created, not many people did realize that while this is the benefit that commercially, it's good for the commercial reason.
Yeah.
It's not good for health of us and yours and everybody else who's watching this video.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, Healthy Lifestyle Show shares, communicates, preaches, whatever word you want to talk about, that we should avoid or we should minimize the processed foods. The commercially fried foods, because you'll have, no matter what, you'll have plenty of trans fats over there. So now know the reason why I always talk about this. I don't say that you eliminate. I say you have fun, enjoy it, sometimes here and there, but keep it to bare minimum. Make a conscious effort to minimize that. Okay? The next one is eat more dietary fiber.
Okay.
Now, when you eat fiber, what happens is that as soon as you take water, it basically increases in the volume.
Yeah.
As soon as it absorbs the water. So if you know about the psyllium husk, if you take psyllium husk powder, many people do take, it's used by 2 bigger groups, I would say. Number one is people who want to lose weight. So they're looking for ways to reduce their appetite.
Okay.
So if you take the psyllium husk powder, then you take water, it's good to grab as much space as it can inside your stomach.
Yeah.
So you're going to eat less.
Okay.
So in a way, that suppresses your appetite.
All right.
Another group is where people are looking for more fiber because they have maybe some kind of health issues. And they want more fiber in their diet so that they can avoid constipation and other issues.
Yeah.
They also take psyllium husk. So there's so many variety of fiber you can take. Yeah. I just gave you an example over there.
Okay.
Yeah. The last one over here is drink more water.
Yeah.
And you know that, again, that's another topic I always say. It doesn't cost you anything. Take as much water as you can. Replace all your energy drinks, all your soft drinks with water. Mm-hmm. It's easy. Yeah. Now you can save money.
Yeah.
And hey, use that money to buy more high quality food. Maybe organic food, maybe all that fresh food.
Yeah.
Hey, in a quick way, I've saved money for everybody. I hope somebody at least is going to use that tip. It's easy, but we don't do it. Everybody knows, I think.
Yeah.
But we don't do it.
Pretty much, I think.
Yeah. So I just want to remind that most of the battles in life are won over here in your mind.
Yes.
So if you start using any of these tips consciously, then you would start winning.
Yeah.
If you leave it to, that was good information, but who cares?
Yeah.
Then you're just basically feeding your mind for a second, and then you're leaving everything behind. Mm-hmm. If you want to get the real benefits, tell your mind, I need to use this information. Tell your mind that I need to consciously make efforts, and start with one. Mm-hmm. Then go to the second, then go to the third. And then you start seeing more and more benefits. And then, hey, you know what? Sky's the limit. You can achieve much more in life. Because, hey, health is wealth.
Yep.
With that, I want to say thank you for having me here.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again next time. If you want to start your healthy lifestyle journey, don't forget to get your free ebook at healthylifestyleformula.com to start your healthy lifestyle journey in easy to follow steps. This podcast is brought to you by healthylifestylepodcast.com.